It is Racing Electronics here at the PRI Trade Show, Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's talk a little drag racing. Finished 10th in the final standings for NHRA. Shawn Reed joins us. Hey, man, how are you?
Good, man. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
It is great to catch up with you. Okay, I want to talk drag racing and everything else, but your whole journey started back in the late 90s when you spent $100 and started Reed Trucking and Excavating, and it's led you to NHRA Racing. I know it's a long story, but how did that all get started, and tell us a little bit about that.
Man, I just had different dreams. I just was a long-haul truck driver, from Seattle, and wanted to stay home, so I went to work locally for a dump truck outfit, and, they wanted to just rent their trucks out, and I saw a different opportunity, so I got a business license for $100 and started buying gravel and renting my trucks from the guy I worked for, and made enough money to buy my first truck in 1998. I ordered it, and I got my first truck in the early spring in '99, and then it just went up from there.
Man, I'll tell you what, that is awesome. So, but you also, alongside of this, had a need for speed as well. So how did that start out getting I guess you grew up near Pacific Drag Race, and you've always had that need for speed?
Yeah, the funny story is my dad gave me and my brother a little bit of money when we were like 16 years old. I bought a drag boat, and he put his money into Microsoft. So, I wasn't a real smart one in the family back then. So, I had a drag boat before I even had a car, and that's really where the need for speed started with me, and then really wasn't until I was in my late 30s where I did my first competitive drag boat race, and that's where it all started.
You did drag boat racing for a number of years, as far as that goes, and then you came to dry land. How did that happen?
Well, I got a sponsor in the drag boats, and Barbara and Floyd Hughes. They owned Hughes Oilfield Transportation in Odessa, Texas, and she did so much for me. Gave me a little bit in the boat racing, and then we moved. I've always wanted to go try this on land, because I always think I'm a little biased, but I think I'm better than a lot of people, right? So I wanted to go compete against the best in the world. So, I asked her what she thought of it, and she goes, "Well, I'm not going to pay to get you a license. You get a license, I might be able to help you out." So I went and got my own license through the Todd Payton, Barry Payton, the Payton family, and it was born. I was hooked, and then she helped me up to the COVID years, and then unfortunately she passed away of COVID in them years, and then basically I just waited and tried to build my company up to where my company could afford to be able to do this. And not that it really can afford to do it, but I just made it happen. And we're doing it the right way with the right parts with the right people. So I'm just making it happen, and we'll worry about how much money I don't have in the end.
Well, there we go. Exactly. I think that's got to be, when you look at this, then when you take your operation to go head to head with the big teams, the big boys, that's got to be really rewarding to come out top 10 in the points.
It is, and I really feel that we could have even done better than that. We just, at this show last year, I had 0 employees and not even a screwdriver or a crescent wrench in my shop. And we built this thing in about a 2.5 month period, and then to come out in Gainesville running full time, it just took it took 8 or 10 races to get the car kind of figure it out. Every car has its own personality, and I need to figure myself out too, and I'm still working on myself every day. So, but the car ran good the back half of the year. We've been running the track and not our competition, and my lights have been kind of getting better now that I get a little bit more seat time. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. I think, like what you said, I'm a single car team. We are sharing some information with Antron, and they've really helped us a lot, and I appreciate everything they do for us. But It is nice. It is rewarding to compete with the the Kalitas and the Forces and all the people that have really done this for a living for forever. And I still have a living. I build roads in Seattle. I'm an old truck driver from Seattle, and now I build roads in Seattle. So for me to step away and be able to come out and do this full time, it means a lot about my drive for it, but also the people I put in place to run this thing for me, because I'm rarely back here in Indy. My shop's here. I got a business to run in Seattle, so I let them guys handle everything back here, and we just show up in Indy or in Gainesville and go racing.
Man, I'll tell you, what a great story. What a fascinating journey that is for sure. And you continue on. How's the PRI show treating you? You be meeting and greeting, are you here?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing, man. I love it. This is a little bit different here. I was just telling Ryan, it's just different. Last year, nobody knew me, and now I got people walking up to me and going, "Hey, Shawn, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, great." I'm like, and I asked who's that? And I don't know. I mean, like everybody knows me now. Well, a lot of people know me now, compared to last year. So it's been good, but I've been walking around looking at stuff and, trying to do a little business and see what I can do. This Top Fuel racing is not for the faint of heart. It takes a few dollars, and we got to try to get all the help we can.
Shawn, what a story. What a great story. Thanks for stopping by and sharing that story with us. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on. Thank you, man.
There we go. Shawn Reed. How about that? $100. Trucking company, drag bow racing, NHRA Top 10. And he's chatting with us here in the Racing Electronics display here at PRI.